We just had a delivery from Signature Solar. Boom! We just got 12 410 watt bifacial solar panels. These are the Sirius brand. Just so everybody's aware, I did not buy these. Signature Solar did send these out so I can mount them on a rack or wherever I'm gonna mount them and test them out, you know, and do videos and all that kind of fun stuff. I did, however, buy the snap-in rack mounting down here. This is for the roof, and then I also bought some bonding straps and stuff right up here. So these I bought, these I did not buy. Just want to let you guys know that. I don't want there to be any confusion. So anyway, these are Sirius brand, and they are assembled in Texas. So basically assembled in the United States, which is fan-freaking-tastic. All right, so we are just going to do just a little video. I'm not going to be mounting them or anything like that. Basically, this is going to be part of my solar improvement program, which is happening up there on the roof right now. We're doing some rearranging, adding solar panels, you know, stuff like that. Today, I think all we're gonna do basically is unstrap one of these and test it out, you know, right here on the driveway in the cloudy slash sunny weather. All right, so we'll just do a quick little once over on the packaging. Okay, so basically what they have is all the panels stacked up next to each other. That could be cardboard in between them. Yeah, I guess there's cardboard around each of the corners, so there's a tiny bit of separation. And they got all their plastic banding straps or whatever kind of straps those are. And then everything obviously is wrapped in plastic right here. I mean, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. And the guy that delivered it, he did a really good job using his little lift forks and everything. And they got the top, you know, covered in cardboard. And then one of these Fragile no stack cones right up here, which looks like somebody probably stacked something on it. Packaging, I would say it's pretty decent. All right, we'll take a look at the specs real quick, and then we'll pull one of these out and test it. All right, like I said, these are from Signature Solar, and these are the Sirius brand. They're 415 watt bifacial solar panels. They're black frame, black cells, and they're assembled in Texas. And it looks like we can get up to 539 watts with the bifacial gain, which would be fan-freaking-tastic. Right now, at the time of this video, these are $187.20, and you have to order a minimum of 10. All right, so just keep that in mind. And if we download the specs right here, alrighty, here we go. So right over here on the left, you're gonna get a bunch of different key features. I'm not gonna go over all of those. Product certifications, and I also see a couple ULs in here. And then right below that is gonna be their warranty right here. If we scroll down a little bit further, all right, so here's the electrical specifications. So I got the 415 watt panels, so that's what we are showing right here. All right, so how they test these panels, it's actually in two different ways. We have an STC and an NOCT. If you look right down here, it'll tell you exactly what those testing parameters are. So STC, irradiance, we get 1,000 watts per millimeter square. The module temperature, that's the cells inside, are 25 degrees C, which I think is around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And then NOCT, the irradiance is 800 watts per millimeter square. And then the ambient temperature, not the cells inside, but the ambient temperature is tested at 20 degrees C, which is a little bit cooler, probably around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So keep that in mind for these numbers up here. That's just how they test the panels. So anyway, the front side in STC mode, which is laboratory conditions, you get 415 watts. And then for NOCT, which is an ambient temperature outside, you're gonna get 311 watts, okay? And then just for the backside alone, under STC, which is laboratory conditions, you're gonna get 291 watts, which is freaking amazing. That would be really, really cool if you could actually get that. But anyway, you're gonna get up to, what was it, 500 and something watts, and that's a combination of both front and back. All right, anyway, moving on. Open circuit voltage is 37.42 or 34.90. Short circuit current is 13.9 or 11.15. And then maximum power voltage, this is under load. We're gonna get 31.16 or 29.19. And then maximum power current, which is under load, 13.32 or 10.66 amps. Module efficiency, STC, is going to be 21.25%. All right, scroll down just a little bit. Rear side power gain, so you get 10, 15, 20, 25, 30%. Alrighty, and then if we scroll down a little bit more, there's a few more things. I'm not going to go over everything in here, but if you guys want to check these out, obviously I'm going to have links to these down below. But they got your dimensions in inches and millimeters. They got your weight in kilograms and pounds, so they're basically 48 pounds each. Solar cells, these are the PERC monocrystalline cells, and there's 108 pieces inside. All right, and there you go. So obviously we got some pretty cloudy and hazy conditions. We're not going to reach this. I kind of think we'll be more in this range right over here and possibly a little bit less. Today's temperature's out. I'm not 100% sure, but it is over 95 degrees. All right, I was getting ready to start cutting these bands, and I don't know if the whole thing is going to fall over or not. So I think I am going to cut some. I'm going to cut the ones on this side. I'm not going to cut these two right here. All right, screw it. Let's do it. They look really, really good. All right, we'll test this one out. Oh, they're a little heavier than I thought. All right, so obviously you can see this is right after 4th of July, and we have the driveway marked up perfectly. Anyway, if you want to see a closer look of these panels, I mean, to me, they look fan-freaking-tastic. I don't know, I just think solar panels are beautiful. I don't know, maybe because they make power and you can power your house. I'm gonna try to get up in here kind of close, but the reflection might be kind of bad. All the cells look really, really good. I don't see any flaws in this panel at all, at least not yet. So far it's looking really, really good. Everything is nice and black, you know, black frame, black cells. They got their own little tag right there. So yeah, I would say they're looking fan-freaking-tastic. All right, I just got one sitting right here on those 2 snap and rack boxes that came with the shipment. We'll just let it sit right here and we'll test it out. The angle's not gonna be optimal or anything like that. We're just gonna get some rough estimates, all right? Tester we're gonna be using is the LJoy EY1600W. Looks like I might have to, I gotta clip off these zip ties so I can get to the cables here. Get over there. I said get over there. Can I get under here and reach you then? I don't know. Oh, concrete is hot. Come here, cable. Set that right here. Oh, that's kind of nice. They have little covers covering up the ends. I've never seen that before. Cool. All right, there's the positive. And negative also has a little cover. Okay, anyway, let's hook this up. Let's see what we get. We'll do auto testing. We got 333.2 on that, and it's 11.75 amps. 333 isn't bad for the weather that we have right now. The sun is out, but it's kind of hazy, and we got some random clouds out there. The angle isn't bad right now, actually. All right, so we're still getting 326 and 11.5 amps. I'm gonna see if I can raise the panel up just a smidge and we'll see if it gets any better. I can't see it. Yeah, 349. I'm gonna reposition and we'll try it again. At 329, 341. Again, it is pretty hazy out. I don't know if this technically counts as a good test, but I guess it's under real conditions. So 341.8, and I'm trying to angle the panel right at the sun. So I think the max we saw earlier was 349. All right, so I was holding the panel up at the sun to try to get the best angle we possibly could. We saw a little over 340 watts sitting like this. Again, it is really hazy and kind of cloudy. It's not the best conditions, but it is real world conditions. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over and we'll test the bifacial side. All right, got her flipped around. Do auto. Oh, nice, we're getting 215.2 on the back side. Wow, I guess I wasn't really expecting that. That's not bad at all. And it's just leaning up against the boxes. I don't think I'm gonna move it, because if I do, I'm gonna have to move this meter out of camera view. And I don't have enough hands to do that. All right, well, I'm gonna get all these moved to the back patio where they will reside until I get them up on the roof. Just one thing, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get all these back there without these falling over. I'm using one of my hose back here to hold up the back. You can count on the hose, right?
Nope. A few moments later.
Whew. All right, well, my whole pile fell over and I destroyed a whole panel. I hope this bottom one is okay. You can hear it cracking and making all sorts of noise. That was totally 100% my bad. Oh my gosh, so we're either down to 10 or maybe 11 panels. Where's my hose at? Oh, there you are. Hey, I thought you were gonna hold this up. I guess you technically are right now. Oh gosh.
Moments.
All right, this is the last one right up against the shattered one, and this one seems to be okay. Here's the damage. Oh yeah. She's broken all right. Boom! Look at that. Completely destroyed. Damn, that sucks. That was 100% my fault. All right, well, I thought I had a friend back here holding everything up. What are you doing back there? I thought you got my back. Yep, we done did it. We're stuck in the fence. Really good, actually. Kind of wedged into the fence. Okay. What have you been doing back here? I thought you had my back the entire time. We have to turn you in for a new one. All right, so anyway, here we go. Here's the shattered panel. Should we test it out? Might as well, since we're here, right? You can still hear it cracking and creaking. So, do we have any bets of how much power this will put out? All right, do we have any bets of how much power this will still put out? I guess we'll find out. Boom, here we go. Go to auto. Look at that, 178 watts, 6.69 amps. The voltage is kind of low, 26.58, but I don't remember what it was with one of the other panels. And we're not even really facing the sun. I bet we could get more out of this. Nice, interesting. Crazy. 177 watts out of the shattered panel. Now, one good thing about this entire fiasco is I forgot to order my rapid shutdowns for the roof, so maybe I'll need one less. Let's see. No, actually I'm gonna need the same amount unless I do 10 panels. I don't know, we'll see.
3 days later.
Alrighty, it's actually a few days later and I've had a little bit of time to think about these solar panels and of course the one that I broke. So what I was thinking, my original plan was to put those solar panels basically up on the roof. I bought the snap and rack top load mounts just like I used for the other panels. However, during all of my thinking, you know, if I put bifacial solar panels up on the roof, I mean, it really doesn't make a lot of sense because I won't make use of the bifacial or underneath side. So I was kind of thinking, well, why don't I just put them down here in this area? If you're not aware, I have one array right here. This is 10 202 watt solar panels for a total of 2,000 watts or 2 kilowatt. I typically don't see 2,000 watts. I'll normally see around 1,700 watts unless, you know, it's super cloudy out and then I don't get blast of sun, you know, until noon. Then I'll see over 2,000 watts. So this array, you know, is actually doing really good. And it's on one of Signature Solar's EG4 bright mount kits right here, the solar rack mount. The only thing that I did do was I added an extra brace right here because I live in Nebraska and we do occasionally get, you know, a lot of snow. So this rack has been working, you know, absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I've had over a foot of snow on this rack, and it's also gone through some extremely high winds. Earlier this year, we had a tornado, you know, just a few miles over that way, so we received a lot of the wind from here. And of course, we've had countless other storms, and this thing has just been rock solid. So anyway, this array has been doing really good, and I would hate to replace the panels, honestly, but if I did, I think I could fit, I think it's 4 panels on here. I would have to measure it to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. So if I put 4 panels on here, I can only get up to, you know, a little over 1,600 watts, and that's if we get up to the 415 watts that the panels can do. Now, if we include the bifacial part of it and we get nice reflection from the backside, you know, we can get up to 539 watts per panel, which I doubt I'll ever see, you know, back here. But if we were able to get that, you know, that's a little over, you know, whatever 539 is times 4. So we could get that there. But what I'm actually thinking about is leaving this here, at least for the time being, and get rid of this monstrosity right here. This was supposed to be just a quick temporary mount just so I could make use of some more solar panels. And even this has been up for a little over a year. It's doing great. Same thing, foot of snow, all the wind, etc. Anyway, we could get rid of this monstrosity, and then I was thinking I could either get those ballast mounts or the Integra racks and do 2 arrays right back here, 2 arrays of 5. Now I kind of like that because they're so low and they'll kind of be hidden from the street right over there. Now, it's not that I'm worried about people seeing my solar panels or anything like that. I don't know, I just want it to be somewhat hidden. That's really it. So anyway, I kind of like that idea. Another option, of course, is building my own rack. So whatever rack we put out here, depending on which rack it is, we could also put down some sort of reflective something on the ground, gravel, etc. You know, whatever we can come up with to help reflect some light onto the back of the panels to make use of the bifacial side. Now, there is one drawback about this whole area right here is my trees and my neighbor's trees. So this whole area just doesn't get sun or full sun pretty much until noon, you know, 12 o'clock. So I would only get 12 o'clock on. Of course, in wintertime, the sun actually goes just barely across the top of these trees. So wintertime, it would suck. But the one good thing about a ground mount is it's a ground mount and they're so much easier to take care of. There's a big wasp flying around me. Having a ground mount over here, or really just having a ground mount in general, makes it so much easier to maintain, you know, and remove snow. That's a huge thing that I'm kind of leaning towards right now as a ground mount. Not that you know, my roof angle, you know, it's not very steep, so I can get up there and remove snow from panels. All right, look at that snow drift that we have on the panels right here. That is over a foot. It's crazy. There's so much snow up here, I have to drag it off to the side and then push it off this side of the roof, just so we don't get too much weight up here in one spot. I don't even think I can be able to get this all done in one day. It's too much work. I need one of those snow shovels. It's like a mini snow blower that you put in your hand, and then I can just blow it all off the roof. I should get one of those, actually. You know, it's just a big pain in the butt to get up there to do that. So I'm actually kind of leaning on putting some sort of ground mount right down here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Now we'll go up on the roof and I'll show you what my original plan was. Alrighty, so up on the roof, this is where I've been doing my solar improvement program, or at least that's what I'm calling it. Basically, all I've been doing is pulled these panels up to clean underneath them because there was a bunch of sticks and leaves and stuff from my trees over there. And then I also installed some rapid shutdown modules on those. And then these panels right over here, I had installed right over here. I didn't want them over there anymore because these are 370 watt panels. I wanted them facing east so I could start charging sooner. So I removed the panels from there, put them from there, and then I reinstalled another array back up there. So anyway, that's what's going on over here. Back to the bifacial solar panels. So my thought was to put them on this roof right here again so I could start charging much sooner in the day. I don't know if I want to do that now, again, because in the wintertime, the snow, I have to get up here and remove the snow off the panels if I want to have a chance to recharge. My other option, again, is possibly going on this roof right here, but I just don't know if I want to do that quite yet. I'm actually really leaning on installing those panels over here so I can make use of the bifacial portion of it. So that's what I've been thinking about the last couple of days is, do I put them on the roof or put them on the ground for a ground mount? I would love to hear your guys' questions, comments, concerns, recommendations, thoughts, etc. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about putting them on the roof or putting them on the ground. Also, there is one other thing which I mentioned earlier in the video is I forgot to buy the rapid shutdown modules if I install them on the roof. So I'm kind of in that midway point where I either buy rapid shutdown modules and install them on the roof, or I come up with some sort of ground mount and put them right down there. All right, well, that's pretty much all I got. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put those down in the comment section. Definitely make fun of me for breaking a brand new 415 watt solar panel. That just sucks because I really wanted to do another 12 panel array, obviously here or on the ground. But now I'm down to an 11 or a 10S array, which will be fine. But they also said if I order another 10 panels, they'll throw one more on there for me since, I broke one, which is really awesome. And I 100% appreciate that, Signature Solar. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got. If anybody's looking for some Sirius XM, just kidding, they're not Sirius XM, but if anybody's looking for some Sirius solar panels assembled in Texas that are bifacial, 415 watts or up to 539 watts, to include the backside of the panel, I'm gonna have links down below. Alrighty, well, it looks like my GoPro is about to shut off again because it's too hot. I did want to mention that Signature Solar gave me a discount code for $50 off pretty much any purchase over $500, and that code is AverageJoe10. All right, well, I want to thank everybody for watching the video. Make sure you put your suggestions in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, I'm not really sure what that was, but it was repairing a file. I bought the Snap and Lack